Hello and welcome to Spring Commencement 2020. Today's virtual ceremony is like no other in ASU-Beebe's 93-year history. Our Spring 2020 graduates truly exemplify what it means to be a vanguard by being the first class to celebrate their accomplishments via an online virtual ceremony. Before we begin, let me explain how graduates, family, and friends can engage with us and each other throughout the ceremony to make the most of the celebration. To participate in the live chat, you must have a Google or YouTube account. Once signed in, you will be able to comment directly in the chat feed to the right of the live stream. Additionally, our moderators can answer your questions throughout the ceremony. Please feel free to use the chat to connect with and celebrate each other. We highly recommend you use the chat to congratulate your student during the presentation of candidates when their graduate slide is displayed and their name announced. We encourage you to also congratulate your graduates and your classmates on social media using the hashtag ASU-Beebe Virtual Graduation 2020. We would love to see pictures of you and where you are celebrating from during the ceremony. The full ceremony video will be available shortly after the conclusion of the ceremony. To be informed when it is available, please subscribe to ASU-Beebe's channel by clicking the red subscribe button. A copy of the program is available at www.asub.edu/commencement. Printed programs will be mailed with graduates' diplomas this summer. In order to maintain the dignity of the ceremony and to ensure each family has the ability to celebrate their special graduate, please remain respectful and appropriate in the chat. We reserve the right to remove any comments not in keeping with the spirit of the ceremony. Thank you for abiding by this request. Now let us begin today's ceremony as we have begun all of ASU-Beebe commencement ceremonies with the singing of the national anthem. Now our national anthem performed by Dr. Timothy Bartlett.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now I would like to introduce our Chancellor, Dr. Jennifer Methvin.
Good morning. On behalf of the faculty, the staff, the administration, Board of Visitors, Board of Trustees, and most importantly, on behalf of the student body, let me welcome each of you to the Spring 2020 Arkansas State University Beebe Commencement Exercises. I'm Jennifer Methvin, Chancellor at ASU-Beebe, and I am honored to be here today to share this day with faculty, staff, and graduates from across our campuses in Beebe, Heber Springs, Searcy, and the Little Rock Air Force Base. As we begin the ceremony, I am honored to introduce our platform party, which includes administrative personnel who provide leadership at our institution and some of the very special board members who support and inspire us to greater success. From our Arkansas State University System Office, Dr. Chuck Welch. From our ASU System Board of Trustees, Ms. Stacy Crawford. We are also joined by our ASU-Beebe Board of Visitors Chairman, Mr. Butch Rice. From our faculty and staff, Vice Chancellor for Academics, Dr. Jason Goodner, our student speaker, Matthew Sparks, Vice Chancellor for Student Services, Dr. David Mays, our MC for today's program, theater instructor, Mr. Ryan Gibbons, Faculty Senate President, Joseph Scott, and Staff Senate President, Frank Taylor. Of course, each here is an honored and special guest, and I thank you for being with us for this celebration. I am pleased to invite to the podium Dr. Chuck Welch, the president of our ASU system, who will provide brief remarks. Dr. Welch will be followed by Ms. Stacy Crawford, chair of the ASU System Board of Trustees, and Mr. Butch Rice, chair of the ASU-Beebe Board of Visitors. They will bring us greetings on behalf of our governing and advising boards. Dr. Welch.
Congratulations, graduates. Although this is a different way of congratulating you on this spring 2020 commencement at Arkansas State University Beebe, I still want you to know just how proud we are at the Arkansas State University system of all you've done to get to this point and to be called a college graduate. You know, during this pandemic that we're facing right now, we talk a lot about perseverance and how we've got to make sure we work through this to come out healthier and stronger on the other side. I have no doubt that you're going to do that because you've already proven it. As you went through your educational process at ASU-Beebe, you stuck through the difficult times and you made it here today. You know, you enjoy something now that a lot of people never have the opportunity to do, and that is to call themselves a college graduate. And because of that, you'll have a brighter future and far more opportunities than you ever dreamed imaginable. We're so proud of you and appreciate you choosing ASU-Beebe for your educational journey. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and congratulations. You made it. You have a bright and prosperous future in front of you, and we're proud of you. Way to go, graduates.
Good morning. On behalf of the board of Arkansas State University, I would like to extend our heartfelt congratulations to each of you who are graduating today. We are so glad that you chose ASU-Beebe to pursue your education. We hope that your experience has been a positive one, and we wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you, Dr. Methvin, for that warm introduction. Welcome, everyone. As part of the Board of Visitors, which consists of Mr. Flav Carpenter, Dr. Hazel Dickey, Mr. Buck Lane, Dr. Diane Logan, Mr. Howard Chapin, Ms. Kathy Oaf, and me, Butch Rice, we provide advisory counsel and support to the administration of ASU-Beebe at all of its campus locations. I'd like to start off by saying thank you to the parents, spouses, family members, and friends that have helped you get to this chapter in your life. Today, you will have completed a new chapter in your life, and tomorrow, you will start your next chapter by continuing your education or going into the workforce you have studied. It is a very special feeling when you start something, and even a greater feeling of accomplishment when you finish. And I want to be the first to congratulate each of you on your achievement. On behalf of the board, thank you to everyone that has made this day a special day, especially the staff and wonderful instructors here at ASU-Beebe. One more time, congratulations, students, on your achievements and best wishes as you move forward to even a greater accomplishments. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Welch, Ms. Crawford, and Mr. Rice. ASU-Beebe and our students, faculty, and staff are fortunate to be a part of the Arkansas State University family and to be recipients of your guidance and support. Graduates, it is an honor to be celebrating with you today. Normally, I would be looking forward to shaking your hand as you crossed our stage in the Owens Center Gym or in the Heber Springs Performing Arts Center. Instead, today I greet you remotely and thank you and your family for participating in our virtual commencement. Like our graduates since the institution's founding in 1927, you are now an ASU-Beebe alum. That makes you a unique person, a person who is prepared to live a life of learning. Many students attempt higher education, but fewer students commit themselves to the time, focus, and work that it takes to complete a credential. You, however, dedicated yourselves to the task, and you have accomplished your goal. So this morning, I extend my congratulations. Your work ethic and determination makes me optimistic about your future. I think it goes without saying that you all are a unique and historical graduating class. You are the ASU-Beebe class of spring 2020, the class that finished your credentials in the middle of a public health crisis. Without invitation or much preparation, things changed for you mid-semester. On March 13th, you likely sat in a classroom or worked on a project in one of our labs. On March 16th, you began doing everything remotely. The adjustments you made were many. What happened in the classroom suddenly had to happen in Canvas or by Zoom. All support services like tutoring, advising, and counseling are now conducted by phone, email, Canvas, Skype, FaceTime, or Zoom. Some of you moved out of student housing, moving away from your friends and your college life activities on our campus. A few of you stayed in housing, social distancing, wearing masks, and being constantly mindful of not just your safety, but that of our staff and the other residents. Because of the impact of COVID-19, some of you moved to working fewer hours a week, decreasing the income you depend upon. Others greatly increased the hours you work, making it more difficult to juggle your coursework and your time with family and friends. Simple everyday activities like running to Walmart for supplies, going to church, or getting a haircut have been more time-consuming or even not possible at all. Many of you have worked on your own alternative methods of instruction while you assist your children in doing the same. Testings, lab work, clinicals, internships, all were disrupted in one fashion or another. Things have been, well, very different. This week I've been reflecting a lot on the fact that even before the pandemic, the class of spring 2020 was making ASU-Beebe history. You are the student body who began operating our first food pantry, and you helped us establish the Student Hope Emergency Fund because you care about supporting your fellow students. In 2020-21, you engaged in student government constitutional reform, and that created future student senates on all of our campuses. Just like your faculty and staff, when we were unable to gather together in groups, you conducted our first Zoom Student Senate meeting and participated in the first virtual Vanguard Student Awards ceremony. You have plowed a lot of new ground in your time with us, and what a positive impact you have made on the campuses of ASU-Beebe. Now here today, you are again making history as the first graduating class of ASU-Beebe to participate in a virtual commencement exercise. The experiences we have been through in spring of 2020 will change our views and our world forever. I want you to know that we have been your students, just as much as you have been ours. Thank you for what you have taught us about flexibility, resiliency, innovation, remote learning, and service. Thank you for the challenging questions you have asked and the examples you have set. Thank you for pushing us to new kinds of communication and creative uses of technology. Graduates, I am exceptionally proud of the determination, resilience, character, and grit you have displayed as we have navigated these historical events. We have been in this together, doing things differently, and learning something new. You have been Vanguard. As you exit our doors to take your next steps, I challenge you to continue to be Vanguard. Dare to lead, dare to set the example, dare to help others. Look for opportunities to continue to learn and to transform the lives of others through your profession and through your life. Graduates, on behalf of your faculty and staff, I thank you for inviting us into your lives and allowing us to share a portion of your educational journey. We are proud of you, and we know you will accomplish much. Thank you. At this time, it is my honor to introduce our Vice Chancellor of Academics and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Jason Goodner.
On behalf of the faculty and staff of ASU-Beebe, it is my honor to introduce our Spring 2020 Commencement Student Speaker, Matthew Sparks. Matthew Sparks is a 2018 graduate of Cabot High School and current Student Government Association President. As a leadership scholar, Matt has taken a meaningful and committed leadership role on campus. As a first semester student, Matt was an active and engaged group peer leader for new student orientation and the student leadership experience. In addition to his stellar contribution to the development of the Student Emergency Hope Fund, the reorganization of our Baptist Collegiate Ministries, serving as a resident assistant in Legacy Hall, and his leadership role on student service-driven institutional committees, Matt maintained high achievements in the classroom as well as a member of the college's honors program. Currently, he is the 2019 recipient of the Arkansas Community College's Academic All-Star Award and the finalist for the college's highest student honor, the ASU-Beebe Citizenship Award. Matt will be attending the University of Arkansas in the fall, where he will be studying mechanical engineering with a concentration in aerospace. Please join me in welcoming Matthew Sparks.
Thank you, Dr. Goodner and Dr. Methvin. Good morning, Dr. Welch, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, family, and graduates. It is an honor to address you for the 2020 Spring Commencement Ceremony, the first virtual commencement in college history. I wanted to take the opportunity to say thank you to all of the people who have supported me through this journey. Thank you also to all the family, friends, faculty, and staff that have supported a student during their studies, helping make today possible for some 500 graduates. Today would not be possible for many of us had we not had the financial, academic, and social support of others. So thank you as well. So now, to the graduates of Spring 2020, we did it, Vanguard. Congratulations. Let me just say that it has been a privilege to spend these last 2 years living and learning with all of you. I have been so honored to walk these halls alongside many of you, and I am thrilled to have the opportunity to stand before you today and share a collection of stories regarding my time at ASU-Beebe. I hope during this speech, you are able to reflect on your own memories made. Now, whether you have been studying for the last decade, 2 years, or 6 months, we are here for 2 reasons: to celebrate our experiences as well as propel us into the next stage of our lives. This should be an exciting moment. It sure is for me as I look back on all the relationships and experiences I have gotten out of my time as a member of the Vanguard family. And that's just what we are now, a family graduating together. As a family, we have made countless amazing memories. A few students and I rebuilt the BCM. An impactful group of leaders filled our student government and helped to develop a student emergency hope fund, a campus food pantry, and a reformed SGA to include multi-campus senates and a lead team connected across them. I mean, we have had entertaining times at events like Harvest Fest and Back to Beebe Bash, and even a few friends and I had an absolute blast at Beat the Heat on Welcome Week. I also loved the community that we had in the halls. The programs we did during my short time living on campus were very creative, very fun. They built our community and they were informative. Not to mention all the card games, the study sessions, and just spending time with lifelong friends that were made here. You know, I remember the small and sometimes deep conversations that I would have with my instructors and staff members before, after, and around class time. I remember meeting with Dr. Knapp one-on-one, where we discussed underlying themes in novels and projected that onto real life. I remember being in the science building bright and early at 8 a.m., ready to talk about crazy theories and joke with Mr. Brock until class. I remember the fascinating and even fun labs I would have with Dr. He, just as I'm sure that you can think of similar times with your instructors. Also, I remember relaxing around the student life office as well as engaging in their awesome activities. I know that many of us have shared tears, laughter, and ultimately hard-earned success with these great individuals. Now, speaking of success, if we were here together right now, I would probably ask y'all if you have experienced stress throughout your time here. And I'm talking tear out your hair anxiety. Well, I think we've all had moments like that, especially during finals, right? But that is why we are celebrating. Because after all the stress, after all the late nights, all the long tests, and all the hours of homework, we come here victorious in our pursuit of education. I'm a firm believer that change brings growth in our lives. And out of all this stress, out of all this change that I have endured, I have grown stronger. You have too, and I know it. Remember your experiences. Remember your challenges. Remember your success that came from your time at Beebe. Let's get ready to be successful in our next step in life, whatever that may be. Maybe you're heading to a four-year institution to continue your education. Remember your success at ASU-Beebe. Perhaps you are going straight into the workforce. Well, remember your success at ASU-Beebe. Maybe you aren't sure of the next step. Well, it's all the same. Remember your success at ASU-Beebe, and I am sure that you will find that way. We have gone through many challenges, and that is evidence that we can be successful through the rest of what life has to offer. Even in times such as this pandemic, where we are fighting. Think about it. If we could endure through this unknown, this confusion, and this hardship that the pandemic has caused us, then we can make it through anything. We graduated despite the virus and the abrupted changes to alternative methods of instruction. And that is something to be proud of. Now we can use the strength that we've gained out of this experience to take on tomorrow. I'm excited to see how you all change your communities and even the world to be a better place. I know that you have it in you. And never forget to remember your success. Celebrate today, and let's take on tomorrow. Thank you all, and congratulations.
Matthew, thank you for your message and words of encouragement. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students, please accept this gift as our token of our appreciation for serving as our commencement speaker. More importantly, thank you for your many contributions to ASU-Beebe.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Goodner. And I'm not just thankful for this gift, but also the gift, every gift that ASU-Beebe has given me and all the people at ASU-Beebe has given me. So once again, just thank you so much. And to all of you graduates, all you that are my friends, my peers, my fellow graduates, right? I wish you the best on your journey throughout life. And yeah, so just keep it going and remember your success. Thank you.
Friends, now I introduce our Vice Chancellor of Student Services, Dr. David Mays.
Thank you, Dr. Goodner. This semester, ASU-Beebe is conferring 536 awards across all campuses, including 12 Associate of Arts degrees, 4 Associate of Fine Arts degrees, 238 Associate of Science degrees, 15 Associate of General Studies degrees, 105 Associate of Applied Science degrees, 92 technical certificates, and 70 certificates of proficiency. Candidates are listed in the program in alphabetical order under the award categories. Each candidate has worked hard to earn the awards they will receive, and we would like to recognize those who have earned awards of distinction during their time at ASU-Beebe. You will notice many of the candidates' slides will include special distinctions. Gold cords signify members of the Honor Society Gamma Beta Phi. Green cords signify members of the Honor Society Alpha Deer Omega. White and purple cords signify members of the National Vocational and Technical Honor Society. Red and blue cords signify ASU-Beebe Leadership Scholars. White and light blue cords signify members of the Residence Hall Honor Society. Red, white, and blue cords indicate active duty military service or veteran status. Gray and silver cords are for graduates of the Vet Tech program. White sashes are for graduates of the Practical Nursing program. Red and white indicate graduates who participated in the TRIO program, and students wearing medals with red ribbons are members of the Future Educators Club. Students wearing medals with white ribbons placed first, second, or third in the Skills USA competition. And now I would like to reintroduce Dr. Goodner for the presentation of candidates.
At last, we come to the moment we've all been waiting for. Will the spring 2020 graduating class please rise? Chancellor Methvin, the faculty are in the process of recording grades and carefully examining the accomplishments of the spring 2020 graduating class. At this time, it appears the final auditing of academic records will confirm that each eligible member of the class has completed the requirements and met the standards of the Arkansas Department of Higher Education and the Arkansas State University System Board of Trustees. Therefore, it is with great pride that the faculty presents them to you and unanimously recommends that the appropriate certificates and degrees be conferred.
Thank you, Dr. Goodner. By the authority vested in me by the Arkansas Department of Higher Education and the ASU System Board of Trustees, in pending review of final records, it is my honor to confer upon each of you the Technical Certificate, Certificate of Proficiency, Associate of Arts, Associate of Fine Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, and Associate of General Education degrees as pertains to each, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
We will now begin the presentation of candidates. During our in-person ceremonies, we ask family and friends to keep their celebrations brief so that each graduate's name can be heard. This year, please feel free to cheer your graduate with wild abandon and to congratulate your graduate in the chat section and on social media using the hashtag ASU-Beebe Virtual Graduation 2020. Names will be read in degree order and then alphabetically by last name. Your graduate slide will be displayed at this time. Graduates who are earning multiple awards will be recognized by their highest degree or certificate earned. The slides will include pictures and quotes submitted by graduates as part of their registration for the ceremony. We apologize if any honors, distinctions, or awards are omitted from your slide. If an honor, distinction, or award is omitted from your slide, please let us know in the chat so that we may ensure that you are recognized at the end. Our tradition prior to commencement is to ask each student in the preparation room for the phonetic spelling of their name. We will do our very best to pronounce your name correctly today during the graduation, but please know that if we do not, this was not our intention, nor do we desire to take away from the solemnity of the occasion. Receiving the Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts degree, Samantha Clark. Darcy Joe Cruz. Rachel Leanne Hastings. Jade Marie McGill. Carson James Moore. Heather Marie Orr. Jose Anthony Ross, Jr. Receiving the Associate of Fine Art Theater degree, Brandy M. Davis. Mariah Patricia Gerardo Munguia. Shauna Kathleen Hazlett. Tyler Wayne Jones. Receiving the Associate of Science in Agriculture, Shakuria D. Armstrong. Amanda Nicole Barnes. Matthew James Maddox. Lauren Ray Parks. Hayden L. Weems. Zachary White. Receiving the Associate of Science in Business degree, William Andrew Bramlett. Leighton Casey. Faith Catherine DeGarro. Cynthia Elizabeth Faye Go. DeKayla Simone Hickey. Kara Beth McBrayer. William B. Moses. Faith A. O'Shields. April Lyons. Cody Daniel Wyman. Receiving the Associate of Science in Computer Information Systems, Cameron Diore Deshawn Hadley. Ek Elias Rundgren Kolk. Receiving the Associate of Science in Criminal Justice degree, Beth Chamberlain. Miles Campbell Meldrum. receiving the Associate of Science in Education degree. Alexis Brady. Samantha Bueller. Natalie Redden Childress. Nicole A. Dave. Sarah Rebecca Davis. Caitlin Rose Driscoll. Candace M. Taylor. Bonnie Lynn Gavin. Emily Hudgens. Ashley Nicole Huffman. Dorothy Kelly. Sarah King. Emma Lisenby. Bradley Aaron Morris. Nikki Lynn Nichols. Maria Guadalupe Ramirez Semeno. Christina Reed. Hannah Grace Scoggin. Nora Elizabeth Skurdlant. Caitlin Marie Smith. Shauna M. Vargas. Kaylee Nicole Wright. Receiving the Associate of Science in Health Sciences degree. Holly S. Carr. Connor Daigle. Fatima del Carmen Estrada Gutierrez. Michaela Farrar. Melissa Alejandra Garcia Catazales. Tristan Nicole Huey. Caitlin Lee Jones. Madison B. Overturf. Jansen Brianne Parker. Alyssa F. Ramirez. Lauren Annette Ridings. Tiffany L. String. Whitney Aaron Stroll. Melinda Nicole Warnick. Lillian Grace Weatherly. Colby Alexandria Williams. Chelsea Emily Wombold. Sylvia Zhang. Kara Yates. Receiving the Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences degree. Nicholas Arnold. Cheryl Antoinette Berry. Carly Lynn Miller. Breland Renee Clement. Promise Yaman Collier. Brooklyn Cassidy Daniels. Amy Lynn Dykes. Caitlin Triana Farron. Gracie Lee Green. Hannah R. Green. Levi Grisham. Jennifer Hannard. Jacob Lynn Holloway. Christopher Johnson. Sky Kristen Leiden. Jelane Martinez. Sydney R. Mathis. Victoria McDougall. Amber Lynn Miller. Anna Nicole Miller. John Daniel Morris. Courtney Allison Ramsey. Grethel Gusel Rivas Silva. Randy Gibson Roberts. Mandeep Singh. Cheyenne Smith. Matthew A. Sparks. Brianna Lachey Young. Receiving the Associate of General Studies degree. Dylan R. Boyd. Frank Aaron Bunn. Deborah A. Dillard. Simon Mitchell. Wanda Tolman. Sarah Threet. Caitlin B. Wynn. Receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Agriculture Equipment Technology degree. Buddy Andrews. Bobby Layden Blankenship III. Skylar Marie Jolly. Receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Business Technology degree. Amber Pirtle. Kamisha Tripp. Receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Computer-Aided Drafting and Design degree. Sheena Lynn Douglas. Jack Eugene Nordheck. Erica Lauren Shadrick. Matthew Sliger. Dylan Stillman. Receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Computer Coding degree. Curtis Short. Receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Computer Systems and Networking Technology degree. Eric Lee Biddle. Mark Andrew Lee Deviney. Michael Lawrence. Aaron M.K. Patterson. Scott Colby Pitcock. Dalton Pruitt. Theodore Terrell. Nathan Worrell. Receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Computer Machining Technology degree. Joseph S. Long. Jacob Nathaniel Russell. Receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Criminal Justice degree. Casey Wilson. Receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Early Childhood Education degree. Rachel Boyce. Jessica L. Clark. Dakota Davis. Caitlin Elizabeth Doherty. Pam Roberts. Lindsay Brooke Woodham. Receiving the Associate of Applied Science and Emergency Medical Services degree, Amanda Lee Lumen. Receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Hospitality Administration degree, Monica Ann Schrimsker. Receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Pharmacy Technician Science degree, Chelsea Renee Seringer. Receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology degree, Jessica Fallon. Riley Joe Campbell. Alina Noel Holman. Emma Lauren Stallman. Receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Welding Technology degree, Hayden Ponder. Receiving a technical certificate in computerized machining technology, Matthew Lewis Methvin. Spencer Williams. Receiving a technical certificate in computer systems and networking technology, Timothy Morris. Receiving a technical certificate in diesel technology, Kenzie Lynette Duffy. Receiving a technical certificate in early childhood education, Aisa Latrice Nevels. Receiving a technical certificate in health information assistant, Cynthia McClure. Deborah D. McSpadden. Peyton A. Sheridan. Receiving a technical certificate in pharmacy technician science, Sharon L. Trimble. Receiving a technical certificate in practical nursing, Courtney King. Miranda Roddy. Wanda C. Rudd. Candace Diane Weaver. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as an emergency medical technician, Selena R. Smith. Receiving a general education development diploma, Kelsey Ruth Dollar. Blake Allen Harris. Freeland Elijah Wildman.
Graduates, today, either literally or figuratively, you wore your tassel on the right, signifying your candidacy for graduation. Now, in keeping with the time-honored tradition of the Academy and the symbolic gesture of crossing your hearts, you may move your tassel from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Spring 2020 graduating class of ASU-Beebe.
We have one additional graduate that we would like to recognize today, receiving the Associate of Science in Health Sciences degree, Dawson Frazier. We would like to thank you for joining us for ASU-Beebe's first virtual commencement ceremony and hope you have a great day.